The Pebble Time Round is switching up smartwatch design. Fancred wants you to celebrate your inner sportscaster. The Leaf Box wants to grow your pot for you. And we're live from TechCrunch Disrupt in San Francisco. It's Wednesday, September 23rd, and this is Crunch Report. Hello everyone, welcome back. Pebble can pretty much claim to have sparked the whole smartwatch trend back in 2012 via a Kickstarter that raised $10 million. That was a lot at the time. But the company's ready to change things up with its first round-faced smartwatch called the Pebble Time Round. It'll come in a few different styles, a leather strap with a bunch of color options for $249, or a metal band in gold or black for $299. Now compared to the Pebbles of yore, it's slimmer, it's rounder than previous models, but overall will feel similar to Pebble users who already like the design. The battery life does take a little bit of a hit though in favor of the lighter feel. Instead of 5 or 6 days of battery life, Pebble Time Round promises just 2 days. That's still a day more than the Apple Watch. If you can handle that, it's available for pre-order on Pebble.com today, with shipments expected sometime in November. Let's move on to big data, shall we? See if you can keep up with this story. Google just added another product in its range of big data services on the Google Cloud platform, the new Google Cloud Dataproc service, which uses Spark and Hadoop distributions. The company tells TechCrunch that Dataproc users will be able to spin up a Hadoop cluster in under 90 seconds. That is quite fast compared to other services. And Google will only charge 1 cent per virtual CPU per hour in the cluster. Now there is still the cost of running virtual machines and data storage, but adding Google's cheaper preemptible instances to your cluster will save you on some computer costs and also saves you from needing to handle administration yourself. Billing is per minute with a 10-minute minimum, and Dataproc also integrates with Google's cloud services including BigQuery, Cloud Storage, Cloud Bigtable, Cloud Logging, and Cloud Monitoring, all of which I just found out existed today. Instagram continues to be Facebook's photo app golden child. It just can't quit. The company announced it now has 400 million users. That's just 9 months after announcing that it had hit the 300 million mark. Instagram says that 75% of its community now lives outside of the US, and of the most recent 100 million to join, more than half of them live in Europe or Asia. The countries that added the most Instagrammers include Brazil, Japan, and Indonesia, although no word from the company on how usage on iOS versus Android breaks down. I would like to know that. It's worth noting, Instagram now has a bigger user base than Twitter, which last reported 316 million users. It's a little apples and oranges, but interesting nonetheless. Sports fans, you know who you are. You love to talk about sports with other sports fans. That's what you do. And a social network called Fancred exists entirely for you. The company announced in an update today, it'll let fans post live videos right from the stadium or some other sporting event, or even their couches, to share another level with other fans. The idea is that fans are the most passionate during a game. You're yelling, you're crying, you're high-fiving your friends, and Fancred wants to enable those users to broadcast that energy to fellow fans when they're in the moment, in a video that's 5 minutes or less, which is easy enough to practice your very own Al Michaels delivery at the very least. The content is ephemeral, kind of like Snapchat fashion, only lasting for the duration of the broadcast, although the company says they may let users save the videos sometime in the future. Fancred's also introducing new real-time scores to the platform and a number of partnerships with sports teams and media outlets. Boston Red Sox, Washington Redskins, Carolina Panthers, to name a few. The company is based in Boston and has raised $5.1 million overall. If any theme has stuck out to us here at Disrupt SF, it's marijuana. In particular, a company called Leaf got a lot of attention yesterday. Leaf introduced itself to the world as a Battlefield startup on stage here at Disrupt, and the company makes an automated plug-and-plant home growing system. It's a device, or rather a 4-foot by 2-foot box that will fit 2 plants and will yield between 4 to 5 ounces of weed, or reefer, or whatever you want to call it. The system will also monitor everything that your plants need to grow, like light, ventilation, nutrient levels, even the pH of the soil. If your plants are low on nutrients, Leaf can dispense more or brighten the environment if a plant needs more light. Users can also control these variables themselves for more control if you want to be a mad scientist with your wheat. This is all controlled by Leaf's iPhone app, which will also serve as a social network for users to exchange recipes, share videos of their plants, fun stuff like that. that. It's not cheap though. The device will cost $1,499, which is obviously more expensive than just putting something in the ground and watering it, but the retail value of 4 to 5 ounces of marijuana, or one growth cycle, is about $1,200, so technically it should pay for itself pretty quickly. Pre-orders are open now for a summer 2016 shipment, and Leaf will be available to anyone with a medicinal card in any of the 23 states that allow medical marijuana, and in the 4 states where marijuana is currently legal. And that is the report for today from the floor at Disrupt SF. I'm Sarah Lane. This has been fun. Get out of the office. Crunch Report airs Monday through Friday at 7 p.m. Eastern, 4 p.m. Pacific, right here on TechCrunch.com. I hope you understand we're taking tomorrow off, but we'll see you Friday.